Okay, so feet under hips. Let's just lengthen spine nice and tall. Lift your toes up, spread them out, and drop them down. Let's roll the shoulders. Good. So just opening out that shoulder joint. Draw the shoulder blades together around the back of the head. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands on the shoulders. Elbows up, back and round. Breathing in to lift and out to roll. Let's go just right arm, arms coming down, right arm circles. Turn the shoulders, turn the head. Keep the knees soft and just let the spine move freely. So if your pelvis wants to move, just let it move. Breathe in and breathe out. Left arm, breathing in. Turning the shoulders, breathing out. Good. So opening out the joints through the shoulders and the upper back. Good. Arms coming down. Let's come into the midsection of the back. Side bend. So releasing the muscles down the side of the waist. Mobilizing into the lumbar spine. Can we reach away with one arm? And draw up on the other arm. Couple more. And last one. Good. Coming to the pelvis, grip the hips, soften the knees, start to move through pelvic tilt. So opening out the lumbar spine and now coming into the hip flexors here at the front. Keeping the knees soft as we tuck and keeping the top half of the body still. So top half still as the bottom half moves against it. And then just settling in your neutral halfway point and holding there. Pull the belly button in, hands on shoulders, back to rotation. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right corner. Inhale, come center. And this time we want to try to maintain the still pelvis. So the hips are forward, the upper body is rotating against it. Two more. And last one. Good, arms down. Bring your feet narrower. Fingers to temples, lift the rib cage, coming up and across. So a little bit deeper into the spine and the lower back. Inhaling to bend. Exhaling to come up. So we're adding a bit more load. You need to squeeze your glutes. If there is back pain, arms go down. Breathing in. And breathing out. Couple more. And drop the arms. Good. Nice rotation there. Just relax, whole spine. And then let's have a look at the balance. Standing on one leg, take the other foot forward and lift, flex and point. Now do this slowly, full range of movement at the wrist and the ankle to wake up the joint, and circle. And then squeeze the buttock on the standing leg to help you balance. Other leg, other way. And relax. Foot forward and up, flex and point. So tightening up on this side, pull up through the thigh. Rotate slowly. way. And relax. Give everything a shake there. Good. Okay, feet narrow, then a small step forward on that right foot. Neutral pelvis, hands behind the back for hip hinge. Soften the knees. So start off with a neutral spine and the movement coming from the hip, and then just move in, down and up at your own pace, through your own safe range. So this will be slightly different for everybody. You need to come down far enough to feel the stretch down the hamstring. But what we don't want is to overload the back or change the shape of the back. Let's have one more here, please. Brace the abs. Keep the head lifted, chest is open at the front. And then staying where you are, standing tall. Let's come up onto the toes and balance. Down slowly, weight sways into the back foot. Weight moving into the front foot. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out to come down and sway back. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out to go down and back. One more time. And relax. Give everything a shake. Let's change. So feet narrow. Small step forward on the left, tummy in, soften the knees, hands behind the back, hip hinging. So keep the shoulder blades drawn together so that the chest is open round the front. And so our focus now is on opening the back of the hip and stretching down the left hamstring. So just taking that at your own pace and through your own range of movement. So ask yourself where you're feeling it. Should be more in the legs than the back. Just one more, please. And then we'll balance. Sway forward, lift up. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out to come down and sway back. Breathing in to lengthen. Good. Transferring the weight back. So spine maintaining neutral. Legs are straight on this one. One last time. Give everything a shake there. Super. Can we bring our hog in, please? If you've not got a hog, don't worry too much at this point. You can work without it if necessary. You're just going to use it to squash. So I'm going to put right foot on the floor, left foot on the hog. I'm sitting back and squatting, breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. If you're on the hog, we're lifting one heel. If you're on the floor, you're lifting two heels. As if all of that feels okay. One squat, followed by one knee lift. Now if you just want to stay with the heel raise, that's fine. So it's a squat with a heel raise or a knee lift. All on the same side, breathing in on the way down, Breathing out on the way up. 2 more on this side, please. Coming into my last one. Step onto your hog and just pedal your feet there, please. Let's try it on the other side. So, right foot in the middle, left foot on the floor, into squat, just with a heel raised to start. So moving slowly, weight transferring into heels, weight transferring into toes, breathing in on the way down, and out on the way up. If that's okay, stay with it. If you want to progress, knee coming up. I'm just bringing my arms to chest height for that one. Moving slowly through those 2 positions, thinking about the weight. Weight pushing back, weight moving into the flat of the foot. Oops. 2 more. And last one. Stepping onto the hog. Just pedal your feet there. So staying in the middle now for a standing balance, and it can be on or off the hog. Put your heels together, turn your toes out, and pull your tummy in. Standing on your left leg. Moving right leg up to the front, through the center, and out to the back. So challenging the balance. If your toe needs to go down in between each movement, that's okay. But if you can keep it off the floor, then please do. Woo! Last one. And a little pedal. Changing legs, heels together, tummy in, left knee coming up. Good, squeeze this right buttock. So we're opening out the hip at the front and back on the working leg. And we are challenging stability and balance on the standing leg. Last one. Ooh, foot pedal. And then standing with the feet hip width apart or hog width apart. Tuck the tail, fingers in the center, bow and arrow. Pulling the hand to the hip, looking over the shoulder. Reaching forward, breathing in. Breathing out, pulling back, opening the chest. Good. Trying to avoid the shoulder lifting, so hand just coming to hip and head turning. See if you can take your head and shoulders a bit further as they warm up. Breathing out to pull. And in to reach. One more, breathing out to pull. And in to reach. And relax, good. Hamstring stretch, so small step back on one foot. And then push the hips back, your front leg is straight. Hands are on the bent leg, we lift the bottom up. And then we rock the hog. Or we flex and point the foot. Keep lifting the bottom to deepen the stretch. And uncurl. Change legs. Sit back. Chest down. Buttocks lifted. Hands on the bent leg. Rock or hug. Uncurl. And then push that hog off to one side, please. Bring your band in. And let's come into the shoulders. So let's have a look at waiter first. Let's go tightrope feet if we can. Palms facing upwards, tuck under, soften the knees. Breathe in, breathe out, pull on the band. So we want the band loose enough to get movement, but we want it short enough to feel that the muscles in the upper back are working. Make sure the pelvis is tilted on this one, otherwise it goes into your lower back quite a bit. Feel that your weight is even. From the front to the back first. Just one more here. And then relax, release the shoulders, change legs, wide overhand grip, over we go. So fairly loose to start as we move. Let's keep it moving, please. So depending on how that's feeling, can your hands perhaps come a little bit closer to each other on the band? Obviously without compromising that shoulder joint or the posture. Tail stays tucked, knees stay soft. Oh, that always feels good in the morning. One more time, please. And relax, shrug the shoulders. Super, fold the band in half, please. Put the heels together, turn the feet out. We're going to do side lunge. So it's a wide side step, bend into the knee and rotate through. And then come on back and change sides. So this is a sweeping action. Great for golf. Nice big swing. Four more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Real arms down, shoulder shrug. Good. Let's have a look at our roll down next. So get rid of that band. And let's come slowly into roll down. So feet under hips, tummy in. Stretch up, inhale. Arms down, exhale. Nod the chin. Round the shoulders. And just rolling down to the bottom rib, no lower. Breathing in. Breathing out, rolling up. Stretching up, inhaling. Exhaling, arms coming down. Nod your chin, round your shoulders. Roll down each of those individual ribs. Maybe start to think about coming into the back of the waist if you're ready. Give your arms a sway. Keep your knees soft. Breathe in, breathe out, and roll up slowly. So we're going to keep this moving. We're going to go at our own pace. We're going to go a little bit lower each time we roll. And when you get down there, if it feels good to stay there and give your arms or your body a sway, then that's where we go. So please don't worry if you're down and I'm up. It doesn't matter. Keep that moving, please. So we're aiming to come to ankle height with the hands. Drop the head, look through the legs, and then sway either the arms or the spine or both. If you're ready to put your hands on the floor and come into downward dog, then you can go there. If you're not ready for that yet, then that's fine. Just continue to roll up and down. Once you're in downward dog, we're stretching shoulders and hamstrings. Option to pedal the feet. And then you can roll back up from there. Or you can start to think about bringing in a plank, holding that for a couple of breaths, and or dropping to the knees and adding a press up. So we're going to continue to move through those positions. So just do what you can. Roll down, downward dog, plank and or press up. Let's have a couple more sets. Good. So think about what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to stretch the spine. Then we're trying to release the shoulders, hips and hamstrings. And then we've got our strength work. Maintaining that core engagement in all of those positions. When you've finished your last set, guys, set yourself up on the floor with your mat, your ball, your block, your hog and your weights. Tip your screen so that I can see you, please, and then join me on the mat. And so once you've set yourself up, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, spread the fingers and start to move your spine through cat stretch. So we want to go flexion, neutral. You can go to extension if your back is okay with extension. Watch when you round your spine that your weight doesn't move back. Want it to stay in the center. Exhaling as we round into flexion. Inhaling as we arch into extension. And one more slowly in either direction. And then sit back, please. Hands can be in front, under the head or to the ankles. Maybe release the wrists and the fingers. Hands under shoulders, roll up. Come forward onto all fours, please. So Superman, let's start with singles. Nice flat back. I'm going to go right arm forward, left leg back. Lengthening, then lifting. Maintaining stability through the spine, the shoulders and the pelvis. Moving singularly, right to left. Breathing out to lift and lengthen. Breathing in to come back. Can you think about taking this to the diagonal corners? So you'll get stronger core engagement if you work to diagonal corners, but we need to make sure the shoulders and the hips are still square to the mat. So reach into diagonal corners if we can. If not, you are just lengthening front and back. Breathing out to lift. So let's try not to lift on a bent leg. Lengthen it first, straighten it, and then squeeze and lift. And so the supporting arm needs to have a soft elbow. Let's have 3 or 4 more there. We want to finish on a left arm and a right leg. So keep moving slowly until you've done that final set. And then you can come back once again to cat or shell. Hands can be anywhere you like. And we'll just relax. Take some breaths. Hands coming to the side of the knees, support the body weight, uncurl the spine. Good. Coming forward once again. So we're going to go into thread the needle next. So if you're happy to do thread the needle with a weight or a band, then you can do. Otherwise, just use your body weight. So left leg sliding out to the back and lock in. Avoiding sitting back, weight is forward into the knee and the hand. Right side of the body is opening, I'm looking up, breathing in. Breathing out, coming through, rotating. Little one arm presser. Good. So ideally we want quite a big range of movement, but if you don't like that because your back's not happy or your head doesn't like all that rotation, just adjust it to suit you. So our main goal here is to open the chest and rotate the length of the spine. But our secondary goal is that strength into the upper body. So you'll get the strength from the press up and then by adding perhaps a band or a dumbbell. Our main goal is rotation here. So keep it long and slow. Breathing through it as you go. Eyes following hand if possible. So coming into your last one on this side. And then little release for your back. And change sides. So my right leg is now out to the back. I'm pushing my hip forward, pulling my tummy in, weight into my right arm. Arm extending, and then threading the needle. Once you're happy with your technique, you can add a dumbbell or a band. But most of the rotation should be coming through the upper and mid section of the back. Shouldn't be lots of movement through the pelvis. Will be a little bit of movement. So long, slow rotation, including your neck. Make sure you've got your body weight forward into your right arm so that you are bone loading into the arm and the shoulder. Got 2 more here. Super. Guys, when you finish, stretch of your choice there to release. And then uncurl slowly. Come on down onto your bottom, please. So you're going to want your chi ball and your weights. Popping my chi ball behind me. Moving it back a couple of inches. Digging my heels in, holding the backs of my legs. Pelvic tilting under and landing on the ball. Checking it's where I need it to be, in the center. Rolling forwards. Lengthening up, inhaling. Exhaling, scooping, rotating. And bow and arrow. Rolling forward. Lengthening, breathing in. Breathing out, scooping and rolling. So if all of that is okay, you can think about adding a weight into this. And so if your focus is more on releasing your spine, just stay with singles. But if you're ready to add a bit of strength, you can do 4 rotations. Going to do a couple more sets if we can. If you've had enough, just stop and have a stretch. Coming into my last set. So taking the feet wide, coming forward and relaxing over the legs there. Uncurling. And then coming down onto your back. So get some head support if you want it. And then lie down, please. Hug the knees in and draw a circle with your pelvis. So gradually making that circle bigger. Make sure you go both ways. And then let's hold on to the right leg. Slide the left leg along the floor and hold. So can you pull on the right leg and push away with the left leg so that we open the pelvis. Keep pulling on the right and pushing and lengthening on the left. And change legs, please. Pulling on the right, sliding away and lengthening, pulling on the left, sliding on the right. Just breathe through the stretch and continue to open those hips a little bit more. Pulling left, pushing right. Come back into center with both legs. Peel the head and shoulders up if you can, and into that single leg stretch. Breathe it out to lengthen. Keep it slow. Option to add rotation if that's right for you. Option to take the fingers to the temples and rotate, or if you prefer, support the weight of the head and stay in the center. Doesn't matter what we're doing with the upper body as long as we are loading into the abdominals. Good. Keeping the legs moving slowly, exhaling on extension there. So going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming in and down. Full body stretch, please. Back arching, breathing into the diaphragm. Bringing the arms and the legs back to center. Good. Let's have a look at chest flies. So bring your spine into neutral, pick up your weights or your band. Pushing up over the chest. Arms are going to move through a wide chest fly. Option to start with your feet down or your legs in tabletop. So that's knees over hips, spine in printed. When you're ready, opening out, breathing in. Feel the stretch through the chest and then close up slowly. All the time drawing down on the abdominals. So we can allow the backs of the arms to touch the floor, but not the elbow joint itself. Make sure your arms are not going too high. Don't want it going into shoulders and neck. Just chest height, so about armpit level as you close. Let's start to bring in the legs. I'm going to go single leg stretch whilst one leg stays in tabletop. Guys, if it hurts your back, you can do a bent knee toe tap to the floor, or you can just hold the legs in that fixed position. Keeping it all slow. Long, slow breath in as you open. Long, slow breath out as you close up. Good. Let's have 2 more. And relax. Good. Come on down. Get rid of your weights. Put your feet and knees together. Ankle bones touching. Arms are out, palms are up. Dropping the knees to the right, turning the head to the left. Breathing in as I drop. And out as I brace my abdominals and lift slowly. Making sure the ankles don't slide past each other. Keeping the knees together. Breathing in to drop. And breathing out to lift. Let's have 1 or 2 more. We want to be finishing left and center with the knees. And then relax. Let's come into corkscrew next. So please put your hog or ball between your knees or your feet. Place your hands on your rib cage, pin your shoulders down. Dropping 45 degrees to the right, lifting the left buttock. Coming back to center on an out breath. Dropping to the left, breathing in. Breathing out, lifting up. Good. Option, fingertips to the ceiling. Challenging the stability a little bit more. If that's too wobbly, or if it starts to place too much load on your back, then please have your hands back down on your rib cage and use your elbows to support you. Breathing in to drop. Breathing out to lift. Guys, give me 2 or 3 more. Finishing with legs left, please. Once you've finished, get rid of whatever you're using and then just do what feels nice. You might want a pelvic tilt, you might want a hug, you might want to stretch. So just release any way that feels good there. And then draw everything back into the center. Good, let's roll onto the side of the body and get your hug or your cushion under your head, please. So side lying, head supported. Hands are in front, spine is in neutral, rib is lifted away from the mat. We're stacking the hips. We're taking a breath in to prepare. On the out breath, options 1 arm, 1 leg. Knees are forward, toes are forward. 2 legs if that's okay. Option to lift head and neck if that's okay. So I'm breathing out on my lift, breathing in on my lower, making sure my hips are stacked, so watch that you're not rolling or dipping in the middle. Gonna lift the next one and hold. So lift and hold when you're ready, and then start to scissor. So I'd like you to straighten your knees and scissor from your hips if possible, making it bigger if your pelvis is still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come together, everything comes down, draw the knees in, top leg over bottom leg, and then just give it a rub there. Good. Leave the leg there if you can, put your palms together. Let's just roll out into an open door and hold it there. So out to where you feel it stretch without it irritating the back. Let the head go as well. Breathe in. Breathe out and close up. If that's uncomfortable, put your knees together. It's a bit more advanced with the leg over the top. So rotating and opening out, head, shoulders and spine. Holding the stretch for a couple of breaths. Your elbow remains soft. are just going to do one more here in your own time. Closing up on an out breath. Good. Guys, when you're ready, grab the ankle, take the heel to the bottom and extend the bottom leg. Little pelvic tuck under to stretch into the quad and the hip flexor. And then release. So let's try those 3 exercises on the other side. Either roll over or go down the other end of your mat. Just going to stack the hips, pull the tummy in, bring the hands together. Make sure the rib cage is lifted, moving on the out breath. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, option to lift one arm and one leg, option to lift 2 legs, and option to bring in the head and neck. So if you're doing the single leg lift, then that can go quite high. But if you're doing the double leg lift, it's smaller, more controlled. We brace the abs, we stabilize the pelvis. So what felt correct on one side may not feel correct on the other side. Breathing out on the lift and breathing in on the lower. We're gonna lift and hold the last one. So when you're ready, lift, balance and hold, and then scissor your legs, please. Coming from the hip with straight knees. Gradually making the movement bigger if the pelvis is still and it's not irritating your back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, well done. Draw the knees in. Take the top leg over the bottom leg. And just relax there, please. So leaving the leg there if you can, coming into open door. Maybe adjust it if it doesn't feel quite right. So rotating into open door, taking the head, the shoulders, and the upper back. Holding the stretch for a couple of breaths. So your pelvis is fixed quite still in this one. Closing on an out breath. And repeating slowly. So each time you do this, it should increase the range of movement, go a little bit further. Sometimes when our feet are together, we get pelvic movement without realizing, but when the knee is on the floor, then we can avoid it. Closing on an out breath. I'm coming into my last one now. So closing up in your own time, and then go into that quadricep stretch. So that's heel to the bottom, extend the lower leg, tuck the pelvis, and stack the hips. Pull the tummy in. And release. Brill. Okay, coming onto your back for me, please. Maybe swap that hog out for something smaller. I can find my head block. And then take your feet and knees the full width of the mat. Arms out to the side. And then we've got open knee hip roll from right to left there. So your hip is rotating internally and externally. And then come on back to center. Pick up your band and let's give those legs a stretch. So band going around the sole of the right foot, please. Elbows pulling down. Bottom leg sliding away. Keeping the spine in neutral, shoulders and elbows are down. Try to relax the leg and then pull on the band. So the right knee doesn't have to lock, but we do want to feel the stretch across the back of the knee and across the hip here where it attaches. And then we can push the heel up so that we stretch the calf across both joints. So obviously that's crossing the ankle and the knee joint. And then we'll pull the whole thing in just that little bit more if we can. And then bring your leg to a gentle sway or a gentle circle. If your flexibility is good, you can just try holding the band in one hand. Might feel good to lift the bottom. And sometimes it's just better to find a tight bit and stay on it. So just do what feels right for you. Either moving slowly or holding. Coming back to center when you're ready. 2 hands on the band and changing legs, please. Elbows coming down, bottom leg extending. Top heel pushing up. Drawing the whole leg in towards you. Pushing the heel up, straightening the knee a bit more if you can, pulling the whole leg in. Breathing into it, into a small sway or a small circle. Into a bigger sway or circle in one hand if you like. And anything tight, we'll just stay on it that little bit longer. Give it a chance to release. Use the breaths. Good. Coming back to center and then slipping the foot out of the band. With your hands on the floor and your heels close to your bottom. Give me some pelvic tilts there. Rocking that lumbar spine through flexion and extension if it's pain-free. And then coming over onto all fours, please. And then bringing yourself into cat stretch or downward dog and foot pedal. Let's walk the hands towards the feet and uncurl the spine slowly. So standing tall for me, please. Let's take the arms up and inhale. Exhale, come across. Inhale up. Exhale across. Arms coming down. Shoulder roll. And then rotate. Well done. Come on in.